Hi guys, have you tried to take on Sofia bot? She's a brutal 2300. Today I'm going to be going through the game I played a few months back. I did record a video at the time, but my laptop started lagging, but I think I've fixed that issue by turning the engine off here. But yeah, let's get into it. So Sofia was a strange one. She plays this French defense. I just do the exchange French because the advanced French is too difficult. I can't do it. So yeah, put 2 pawns in the center, nice and simple. And now this was the first strange move of the game. So Sofia just gives me a check, which I didn't think was very good because actually it just allows me to develop. And what do we want to do when our opponent puts their king and queen in an alignment issue together? We want to castle as quick as possible and bring a rook to exploit that. So they develop the knight, I castle, right? Bang, bang. They keep developing. Now, I want to move the bishop off the open file to allow the rook to come. And yeah, most people here would have developed. I've just tried recording this video, so all the arrows are still there from what I said before. So yeah, so most people would have developed the bishop to this square to block the queen. But she goes here, big balls. But yeah, I just line up with the queen. And I'm expecting to see bishop back here, which looked a little safer. But she plays knight here, which... Does this raise any red flags for you guys? It does for me. Like, this doesn't feel right at all. You know, can we attack the knight? Attack the pawn? I mean, can we move the knight and push f3 at some point? You know, surely we can exploit this this alignment issue here. So I realize I need to do everything with tempi. You know, everything forcing. Otherwise, she's just going to castle. So I hit the bishop, and now hit the pawn trying to undermine. Because I saw if I play knight out here, this. Oh, maybe I could have done that. I thought that maybe she was attacking my queen. But I think I could have just played the knight out here. But the engine really likes this as well, just undermining the whole structure here. She attacks my bishop. I think it's quite logical to take here because, again, we're trying to do everything forcing. But I take with the pawn, so if she takes me, I take there. And this looks really good because I'm attacking a piece with check afterwards. This is still hanging. So I take the knight. I mean, guess what the best move here is, guys? Because this wasn't best. Taking the free piece wasn't best. The best move was knight here to attack the pin piece. Because I guess if you take it, they have to block. Take the bishop anyway. But attacking a piece and then killing another piece with check seems pretty good, guys. So, you know, I'm not going to kick off at myself too much for this. I just take the knight. There we capture. And now I play a really logical move, guys. Pause the video. What would you play here? I think I played what looked like just an amazing move. I played pawn up, removing the defender of the knight, and now we're just gonna develop and attack this knight, win the knight. Probably it's pinned, and I completely missed. So let me know if you found this move, guys. I love this move from Sofia. Fantastic move. Long castles. Come on! I can't take the bishop because it's lined up with my queen. And now my whole game plan has just gone out the window nearly. I still got the knight to attack, but now his pawn's just hanging, you know. So I developed the knight to defend the pawn and attack the pinned piece at the same time. So it feels like I've still got something. And she just defends the knight. And now the only way I win this knight really is to play knight here, attacking the bishop, and then push this f3 pawn. But there's always problems when you push f3. Maybe check. I guess I block with the bishop. Yeah. So I now come in So this move actually was pretty bad. Even though it looked solid defending the knight, it does allow me to exploit this alignment issue now. And there's just so much pressure on this queen that Sofia elects to just take the bishop, give up the queen, or a bishop and a rook. So I take the queen, they recapture, and I've got this at the end, but then they take my queen. So I'm thinking here, best move is probably something to step off this alignment issue with the rook. But first I trade pieces because I'm up a tiny bit of material here, up 1 point of material. Got to play against all these pieces though. And yeah, there was some sort of tactic here, wasn't there? This game was from a few months ago, guys. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's the move. So this is under attack, and I see a loose piece. So how can we attack two pieces at once? Queen here. It's very human. I'm sure the engine showed something mental in this position. Like A4 to try and open up the rook and come attack the king. But I'm not going to do that. I'm a human. I'm gonna win a piece when I see two pieces hanging. So they defend one of them, but now I can take because I've moved the queen. And now I am solidly up a piece against this 2300 Sofia. She moves the king. And I'm probably just going to trade pieces here. But queen does defend rook. And I am seeing that they do have mate threats in this position. Like, if bishop ever cuts off this h2 square, rook here would be mate, rook to the back rank mate. So I've got to be a little careful. So I just start improving my king, and now there's never any mate threats here. They take, I take. They bring a rook, bishop defends. I mean, how do you break this apart? So I line my queen up with their king. It seems sort of logical. Maybe I've got a4 breaking it apart, or even I looked really hard at sacking the knight here because I know how horrible these bots are in end games. They can play like 80 moves a game, without fatiguing. But by the time I get to that point, I'm just done with the game. So I'm trying to sack somehow, and I think it is working. Check, winning 3 pawns for the knight. But I've been in these positions before where I'm winning against one of these bots, and I make a concession like sacking a piece, and then they end up somehow holding for a draw. So I'm thinking, no, I don't want to give her anything. I'm gonna grind her out to the bitter end. And so I just improve my king. Lovely move because now the rook cannot come in. So they bring the bishop round, maybe trying to hit this square. And I assess that threat and I allow it. I allow them to win the queen here. Rook in, forking queen and king. And I allow it because I get the two pieces and I'm still up a knight. I've given away a tiny bit of material there, but I think this endgame is just winning if I can sack the knight for 2 pawns at some point. So king tries to get active, and I immediately stop that. So maybe they're going to play for this. Yeah. Now reinforce the pawn for the same reason. Pawn stops the king progressing. And now, I mean, this is just a bit of a slow move, improving the structure. And I've got to get the king up, trying to win some pawns here. They attack, a check. And I'm starting to think, can I take this pawn? Sacking the knight for a pawn, but I'm going to have the more active king there in that endgame. So I wait a move and just improve the king. I think here I should have just taken. Take, in. No, like this. And this should be winning for white. They come in, I take, they take, and bang. There we go. So that would have been a bit more clinical, but, I've always got knight back here at some point, stopping the pawn. I just improved the king. But now my king can't get in as well. Maybe it comes in this way. Yeah, I think I'm okay still. So I a crack at their structure. And I think this was one move too many. I think I should have just taken the pawn here. Because they hit the knight, I go back, they take, and now their king gets in, and this is where it got a tiny bit awkward. Because now I can't come in with my king. They're blocking all these squares. So I just push the pawn, and now they're charging down the board. Give a check. And now I'm a bit uncomfortable, honestly, because why didn't I just take this pawn before and win the game like I showed? Like, because now if king up here, I have to go like this, and they're pretty sure they can just force a draw like that. But I think she played a bit inaccurate here. She went king down, which, you know, if they push it, I obviously sack the knight, and king is coming in. In fact, I don't even need to come in with the king. I've got this classic thing of creating a passed pawn by just pushing on the edge. And there we go. I've got a passed pawn as well, and the knight is ready to sack whenever. And we clean this one up, guys. I think I just sack the knight, keep it simple, win the other pawn, and then we got the old classic king-queen checkmate. Bring the pieces to the center, cut the king off, king in a box. And then we get this beautiful little boomerang method at the end. So that's how you take on Sofia Bot. Not easy. It took me a few tries, guys. So, you know, take your time with her, and you should be able to get there eventually. I think it took me like 5 or 6 tries. But yeah, good luck, guys. See you next time. Cheers.